For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off.
Behind me is a 2001 Nissan Silvia Spec S S15 coming all the way from Japan. Before we go around the car, check out the styling and the engine and drive it around and see how it feels, let's talk about a little bit of the history of this car and where it's coming from and how it differentiates from its other competitors or its other trim models. So the spec on this is an 4-cylinder SR20DE naturally aspirated engine with automatic transmission. Yes, it doesn't have a manual. Yes, it doesn't have a turbo. But trust me, I've been driving this for past 10 minutes or so. This car has its own character and has its own fun factor around it. So this specific trim is producing about 163, 165 brake horsepower. Not a lot to drift around, but if the roads are wet enough, you can get this car sideways. So Nissan Silvia S15 came in 2 specs and 2 trim levels. In the S15, you got the Spec R and the Spec S, and you had the simple regular car, and you also had the option of going to the Aero kit where you got the big wing that this one has and the side body skirts, which this one kind of has, but it also has an aftermarket skirts put on top of it. Before getting this car, I did a little bit of research and found out that this car also came in with a luxury interior option that you can go for after the fact, which was based on a Ferrari 456 to give it more luxury and high quality feel. And it also came in a cabriolet. Silvia did actually come in a convertible. I did not know that, which is really rare. With the specs out of the way and a little bit of history on where this car is coming from, let's go around the car and see what it looks like and what the additional features this one has. So the previous owner did a lot of aftermarket touches to this car. As you can see, it has an aftermarket wrap on the hood. It has the aftermarket body kit that we'll go around and see closer. But the headlights at the front are stock. And the same styling cues go all around the car. If you see the side angle of this car, it has these aftermarket skirts, which gives it a really low profile. The car is sitting fairly low, but the skirts and the bumpers also make the car look really low to the ground, which looks really nice in my opinion. This car is made for road presence, although it doesn't have a lot of power and stuff like that. But if you want to have road presence, this is the Silvia to go for. For the wheels, it has the aftermarket wheels, model SA60M. Not really sure what brand this is, but they look really nice. They go with the car with the silver and black accents. And it also has Michelin R40 205 tire wrapped around it. At the back, as we can see, it has a spoiler. That is the original Aero kit that comes from the dealership, from the factory, so that's stock. But the bumper, on the other hand, is aftermarket, and then you can see that big fat exhaust coming out from the bottom, which does make a lot of noise. When we take this out for a drive, you'll hear it shortly. Looking at the engine bay, it's a straightforward engine, 4-cylinder, twin cam, 16 valve, SR20DE, non-turbo. This car is really made for cruising around and maybe sliding around here and there if it gets if the road's a little bit wet. People don't usually buy this trim level or this spec to really modify it from an engine perspective, adding turbos and stuff. People have done it, but to get a proper baseline for that kind of stuff. But other than that, really clean. For this old of a car, this is a 2001. It has pretty much everything put in there, nothing really missing. Yeah, not much to say here, but solid engine. The interior on this one is pretty clean too. It has these blue Alcantara style seats, and then it has the brushed golden interior trims, which I think are done by the previous owner of this car. This does not look too stock to me because of the quality of it, but it goes with the car. It doesn't look bad. Same goes for the side panels. It follows that blue Alcantara material on the side, giving that soft premium feel to the car. The steering is nice and simple too, nothing crazy going on here, no buttons or anything, pretty direct steering. And then the speedometer is really simple as well. The good thing I like about it is the RPM is in the center, and then the left you have the speedometer and the oil and temperature and gas gauges on the right. Okay, now that you guys seen the car all around, we've gone through the specs, let's take it on the road. Don't mind this noise of the train. Let's take it on the road and see what this car actually feels like to drive. See what I was talking about? It does sound good though. Oh, shut up! Sorry, man. It does sound good. I don't know if I could deal with this all day, but it sounds good. Usually when I test drive the cars, I try to get you guys the feel of the car, how it actually feels, to bring you in to how it would feel if you would be driving this car. So I haven't driven it much so far, probably just to the location from the dealership, but now we're really gonna drive it and see how it feels. So right off the bat, that exhaust is really loud. I mean, it sounds really good, but I don't think you can do long drives with this exhaust. But for what this car is spec'd out for, it's really nice. Like, this is spec'd out to be a car with a really nice road presence, to take it to car meets and stuff like that. Maybe like a weekend car or something like that, and it does sound really good. The automatic transmission isn't that bad. I mean, it's not good as a manual, but yeah, again, this is not a spec R, this is not a turbo, so this is really a cruiser. The seating position is really nice. You sit nice and low. The leg room is pretty tight. It's not as open, which is fine. It's a sports car. It really makes you feel like you're sitting in a sports car. The dead pedal is really off to the left-hand side, so your legs are touching the dashboard. Steering is really direct. Like wherever I'm pointing the car, it's going. The car has no body roll whatsoever. Feels like this one does have aftermarket coilovers because the car is sitting fairly low, and the ride height is really low on this car. Seats are really nice. It has really good lumbar support. The car really hugs you, the seats really hug you, and the material is really nice too, and it's in really good condition for a 2001. There are no rips and tears or any wear and tear, which is really surprising, because when I drive these kind of cars, usually the side lumbar is damaged or has worn out. Although it's a really old car, to be honest, this car is all about road presence. Like, every single person is like turning and looking around and trying to see what's driving. I'm not even driving fast. I'm doing 40 kilometers an hour, but everyone wants to check it out what it is. And that exhaust, even on low RPM, does sound really nice, and you can hear this car from pretty far away. The ride is pretty stiff, but not unnecessarily uncomfortable. That's why you hear a little bit crackles and loose nuts and bolts over here, but you can get rid of those by, you know, just tightening those up. But the ride itself is not that bad. It's pretty comfortable, actually. I'm driving on a road that's not really smooth. It has bumps and divots here and there, but the car is doing pretty well. From the electronic standpoint, the car is really simple. Doesn't have too much going on. Doesn't even have like a lot of computer electronic traction control and stability control, stuff like that. So you have to be careful when the roads are slippery. This car does go sideways. and it is really easy to get this car sideways. Automatic transmission, like I said, is not too bad. It does have an aftermarket stereo that was installed by the owner, so good thing is these cars usually come with a Japanese stereo system, which is really old, hard to understand, and can be a bit tricky to convert into a regular stereo system, but this one's already done, so that's a plus side to this car. A lot of cyclists out today, so I don't want to annoy them too much, but this car, you hit the gas and this car just likes to go. Yep, we're gonna slow down. Although I'm in an industrial area, everything is closed. We don't want to annoy people who are walking around and trying to, you know, enjoy their day. Yep. So who is this car really for? This car is really for a person who wants to have fun driving, but at the same time wants to daily it. Doesn't want to have like a weekend car, because I can tell you, you can drive this car all year round. Not all year round really, if it's snowing or something you can't, but you can drive it every day. So it's for a person who would like to drive it every day, have it a little bit sporty, definitely have road presence, doesn't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. I think this car is under $15,000, don't quote me on that. This is one of the main reasons why I do car reviews and make car videos, because I fall in love with cars so fast with their own characteristics, and there's not a single specific version or spec of a car that I'm really looking for. Every time I drive a different car, it makes me fall in love, and this is one of those cars. Like, I would buy this car and drive it every single day, and it's gonna bring a smile to my face. I didn't hit the gas too much. There's a cop that I can see, that's why I had to stop, but that would have been not nice. Okay, with that traffic light, we're gonna hit the gas. So that was the first gear pull, and it got me to, I wouldn't like to quote the speed limit up there. So this isn't a slow car. Like, yeah, it doesn't have a turbo, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but that doesn't mean it's a slow car. It's still a pretty fast car, and it's a lot of fun. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. There's more coming in 2019, and I will see you in the next one.